Oda, a member of the Yakuza gang, woke up on an empty, blocked road at night. He found himself wearing only underwear in front of Baksun, the legendary assassin. Baksun didn't immediately kill him. She instead explained that she learned from her daughter, Jae-young, that everything must be done fairly. They discussed this when they heard the news about a senator who denies that his son cheated to get into college. So to make it fair, Baksun gave Oda a sword so he could defend himself, while she would fight with an axe. A fierce fight began between these two highly skilled fighters, but in the end, Oda could weaken Baksun. But suddenly, Baksun got up, and she was still alive, because in this fight, she had just analyzed the situation and predicted the results. Because she could not win in a hand-to-hand fight, she decided to cheat and then shoot Oda. After that, Baksun went home, and she found his daughter hiding a cigarette. It reminded her when her abusive father found her smoking. Then he forced her to eat the cigarette. When Jae-young came home, Baksun thought of many scenarios in her mind, and she saw them all ending in an argument. So she finally decided not to scold Jae-young because her relationship with her daughter was already quite tense and very awkward. Jae-young didn't know that her mother was a highly skilled assassin, and she hated her mother's closed attitude. The next day, the news about Oda's death appeared on TV. Min-kyu was very happy to see that Baksun was doing her job well, because he was the CEO of NK Enterprise, the assassin company where Baksun worked. However, his younger sister, Min-hee, was jealous because she knew that Mon-kyu adored Baksun and paid more attention to her. In the meantime, Baksun was doing a gathering with her assassin colleagues for drinks. Everyone was impressed with Baksun's sword and her pretty high salary, because she is in the A class, the best class in the business. While chatting, they discussed the 3 rules taught by Min-kyu to all the assassin company. First, never kill minors. Second, they could only take a job approved by their company. And lastly, they should always try the assigned job. If the employees are breaking these rules, they would get killed. After the meeting was over, Baksun saw a group of thugs checking her car and called her impolitely. Baksun then insulted them, but before they fought, a fellow assassin named Hee-sung came in and then beat them all. Hee-sung is as great as Baksun, and he should be in A class too. However, he couldn't be that high because he was on the side that the CEO didn't like. After the fight, Baksun and Hee-sung spent the night together, and Baksun gave Hee-sung money for his father's treatment. But of course, this really hurt Hee-sung's pride. On the other hand, Jae-young met her girlfriend So-rae. They kept this relationship secret because they knew their mother would oppose it. They had to stop their kiss when their classmates almost ran over them. One of the classmates, Cheol-woo, asked Jae-young to hang out, but she refused him, making him a bit angry. That day, Baksun went to the MK Enterprises office to meet Min-kyu, but Min-hee blocked her way and dragged her away. While in the bathroom, one of the new assassin members named Young-ji attacked a man, triggering a fierce fight and making them hit the wall. But it turned out that this was just a practice at the Assassin Academy. Min-hee asked Baksun to stay here and train Young-ji, who is her big fan. Young-ji armed herself with a wooden knife, while Baksun used a marker only. After they started to fight, it was clear that Baksun was the one who led the game. But Young-ji managed to do a trick of throwing the weapon from one hand to the other, which would make Baksun in danger if the knife was real. However, Baksun quickly fought back and used her marker to mark on Young-ji's neck, which is tantamount to death. After that, Baksun met with Min-kyu, who asked her to choose between 2 envelopes for the next mission. Baksun looked at her choices and found that she had to kill a boy. But Min-kyu immediately explained that the boy was old enough. While having lunch together, Baksun reminded Min-kyu that her contract will end soon and she will retire. However, their meeting was interrupted when Baksun got a call from school, telling her that Jae-young stabbed Cheol-woo. Baksun then rushed to school and found out that her daughter was in danger of being expelled because she never gave a reason for the attack. For now, Jae-young got a suspend for a week, and then the committee would make the right decision later. On the way home, Baksun talked to Jae-young and asked for explanation, but Jae-young just said that she wanted to kill Cheol-woo. Meanwhile, Hee-sung was working on cleaning up the bodies he left behind. Baksun offered to accompany him and grumbled about how distant she was from her daughter. She was worried that Jae-young was becoming too similar to her. On the other hand, the company bosses of each MK Enterprise branch office hold a meeting. They found that there was a victim of a murder that occurred outside the company's orders, and the perpetrator could be one of their employees. Min-kyu assured everyone that if it was true, he would not hesitate to kill the culprit for breaking the rules. However, it was actually Min-hee's plan because she wanted to get rid of Bok-soon and then get Min-kyu for herself. Sometime later, Bok-soon kept trying to talk to Jae-young, but this girl just ignored her. At that time, Bok-soon got a call from Min-kyu, who was getting ready to go on a work trip, and he told her that Young-ji would be her partner in the next mission. That night, Bok-soon and Young-ji broke into the victim's apartment and paralyzed him. Then they started preparing the detailed plan to make it look like the victim ended his own life. But when Bok-soon was about to kill him, she realized that his face looked familiar. Turned out, he was the senator's son who was going to be killed by his own father to get rid of the scandal. Bok-soon was interrupted by a call that went straight to voicemail. When she listened to the voicemail, it was Jae-young who apologized for everything. After hearing her daughter's voice, Bok-soon refused to kill a young boy just because his father felt embarrassed. So she called Min-kyu to say that she had made a mistake and failed in this mission. While Min-kyu just arrived at a bar in Russia, he used earbuds to talk to Bok-soon while carrying out his mission. A fierce fight took place in the bar, but Min-kyu was really skilled at fighting, making it easier to kill everyone there with accurate shots or hand-to-hand combat. During the fight, Min-kyu wanted to know the truth, but Bok-soon still sticks to her made-up story and even made Young-ji say that she also made a mistake, so it is more believable. Min-kyu said that Bok-soon had broken the rules, but then Bok-soon said that she would extend her contract with MK Enterprise to a ton for her mistake. But the only condition was that no one should complete a failed mission, and Min-kyu finally agreed. When Bok-soon came home, Jae-young was asleep, but when she left the room, it turned out that Jae-young was only pretending to be asleep. She was sad because Sora didn't reply to her messages. On the other hand, after completing his mission, Min-kyu called Min-hee and told her to close the senator's case, ignoring the fact that this could damage the company's reputation. Min-kyu clearly liked Bok-soon, and this made Min-hee hate Bok-soon even more. Min-hee was ready to take revenge, so she then looked for Hee-sung, asking him to complete Bok-soon's failed mission. Hee-sung immediately accepted this because it would get him in the A class and gave him money for his father's medical treatment. On the plane, Min-kyu could not stop thinking about the day when he met Bok-soon for the first time many years ago. When Min-kyu entered a house to kill a man, the daughter went home for school earlier. Bok-soon as a teenager found out that someone tried to kill her abusive father, but she even kicked the chair to finish Min-kyu's job. Min-kyu was impressed with Bok-soon because this girl was fearless and could think quickly. Because of that, Min-kyu took Bok-sun, training her as an assassin. The next day, Bok-soon was finally able to talk to her daughter, who told her what really happened. Turns out, Cheol-woo took a photo of Jae-young and Sora kissing. He then threatened to publish it, unless Jae-young wanted to date him for 1 month. Worse, Sora asked Jae-young to do what Cheol-woo said for the sake of her own good name. Jae-young was hurt because Sora was not empathizing with her, so Jae-young was annoyed, then stabbed Cheol-woo with a scissor. Bok-soon was quite annoyed to hear that her daughter liked girls and asked if she was just confused. However, this actually made Jae-young very hurt and remembered that her mother also kept a secret. When Bok-soon was arguing with her daughter, suddenly Young-ji came. Bok-soon thought Young-ji was going to attack her, but she immediately calmed down when Young-ji explained that she was fired because she was blamed for their mission failure. Bok-soon felt guilty and sorry for Young-ji, so she invited her to the bar to treat her to dinner. Jae-young was sad to see that her mother chose work over her again. At the bar, Bok-soon's friends arrived, and they immediately congratulated Hee-sung on joining the A class. Here, Hee-sung told Bok-soon that something was wrong. Meanwhile, Min-kyu rudely confronted Min-hee for completing the senator's mission, but Min-hee was trying to kiss him instead. Min-kyu rejected her and continued to defend Bok-soon. At the bar, Bok-soon saw the news of the boy's death and immediately guessed what actually happened. Bok-soon then got a call from Min-hee, who asked her to put on a loudspeaker. Min-hee offered a mission to everyone. Whoever could kill Bok-soon, they would be immediately promoted. A fierce fight occurred. Even the bar owner joined in, and Bok-soon was shocked to see Young-ji was actually on her side to help her kill them one by one. Bok-soon and Young-ji kill all of them with whatever they could find around, and finally only Hee-sung was left. When Bok-soon came closer to kill him, Hee-sung asked her to take care of his father. After that, Bok-soon called the cleanup crew and wondered why Young-ji was helping her. Young-jae explained that she just wanted to survive, and she wanted Bok-soon to have more chances to win. Bok-soon then got a call from Jae-young, who was wondering when her mother will come home, because she really needs her mother. But but Min-kyu suddenly appeared and rudely pushed Bok-soon against the wall. He was angry because Bok-soon had broken many rules, and this would get her in trouble with the other bosses. Bok-soon didn't want her daughter to hear this conversation, so Min-kyu quickly destroyed Bok-soon's phone. Young-ji then interrupted and explained that Min-hee was the one who sent the order. Min-kyu asked Bok-soon to come to his office tomorrow to renew her contact, because that's the only way he can protect her. However, Bok-soon refused, and it means they should fight. But when she think it over again, she could see that she would lost, so she had no choice but to accept to extend the contract. After Bok-soon left, Min-kyu asked Young-ji not to tell this matter to anyone. At home, Bok-soon was scolded by her daughter, who was worried because she didn't answer her call. Jae-young then explained that So-rae has broken up with her, and now, Jae-young denied that she likes that kind of girl. Bok-soon apologized for her reaction earlier and promised that Jae-young doesn't need to hide who she really is. Bok-soon had a breakdown, making Jae-young realize that her mother was also having a bad day at work. They made a bond over their lives, but Bok-soon still hides the details. However, Jae-young suddenly admitted that she once found a gun and a fake passport in her mother's bag. This made Jae-young think that her mother is a CIA member. Bok-soon finally felt close to her daughter, so she didn't deny it. The next day, the company bosses held a meeting to discuss the murder of their subordinates and suspected Min-kyu was involved in this case. Min-kyu explained that Bok-soon had defended herself and offered monetary compensation. But some of the bosses didn't believe him and asked him to solve it himself according to the regulations. They even gave him a knife to solve this matter. However, Min-kyu instead killed one of the bosses on the table and reminded everyone that he was the one who made the rules, so he added a new rule to the list. No weapons were allowed during the meeting. Meanwhile, Bok-soon went to the office to sign the renewal contract, but she met Min-hee, who said that Min-kyu had killed Young-ji on the previous night. Angry, Bok-soon killed Min-hee with a pen, leaving Min-kyu a message that she wanted to duel with him. That evening at home, Bok-soon set up a very comfortable dinner with Jae-young, even letting her skip the vegetables. She wanted to have one last happy memory with her daughter, just in case she didn't come back. Sometime later, Bok-soon arrived at the office and Min-kyu started shooting her as soon as the elevator door opened. However, Bok-soon didn't move because she knew Min-kyu wasn't serious yet. Min-kyu then invited Bok-soon to have a drink with him, saying that he had a fight prediction and he would lose. Bok-soon also started to see dozens of predictions in her head, using all kinds of techniques to try to kill Min-kyu. But no matter what she tries, she always loses. But talking about the past makes Min-kyu realize that he does have a weakness, and it was Bok-soon herself. Turns out, Min-kyu had fallen in love with Bok-soon, and when Bok-soon finally said it out loud, it was enough to distract Min-kyu, and Bok-soon could kill him with a sword. Dying, Min-kyu admitted that he sent a tablet to Jae-young, so she could see everything through the security camera. Panicked, Bok-soon immediately rushed home because she was afraid that she would make her daughter upset and hate her. But it turned out that Jae-young fell asleep in her room, so maybe Min-kyu just lied. Jae-young then woke up and praised Bok-soon for working hard for their family. Bok-soon was confused and wondered, does Jae-young know the truth? Sometime later, it was revealed that the senator died in his car due to carbon monoxide poisoning. It was implied that Bok-soon did this. Jae-young has now officially been expelled from her school, but she went to school to say goodbye to her friends. She then shook hands with So-rae, then whispered in her ear, asking whether she should kiss her in front of everyone or kill her. After that, Jae-young made eye contact with Cheol-woo as she touched her neck, reminding him of her skills.